Hi guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another Summoners War video. Today we are on Black Republic's account, who is another subscriber, also a Patreon, so shout out to you Black Republic, thank you for supporting me. So this account owner told me that he is more of a casual player. He actually only played 3 of the 8 years since his account has been created, and he's more of a casual siege player. He's a siege player, so I believe we are going to see a lot of dupes, as in a lot of Vigors, a lot of Lulus, I believe, which are pretty much the common nat 4s that people make for siege, right? We could see that first of all he has a whole lot of mana, meaning that he is a extensive farmer. That's great. So I'm going to be expecting some nice runes if possible. Then we're going to give him some advice in regular arena RTA, because he did tell me that he is struggling getting a third golden star or even the red star. I will give him some advice for arena defense and arena offense, hoping that he could reach that new record. But hope you guys enjoyed this one, and let's get right into it. Hey guys, before we start the video, if you guys are interested in getting advice and help from me and other Summoners War players, feel free to join my Discord, where the link is in the descriptions below. Also, if you enjoy my content and want to support me, become a Patreon, where the link for it is also in the descriptions. I want to say I appreciate all the support, and believe me, I really do. Anyways, that was it. Let's get back to the video. You could see that he is in C2. That was his overall best rank. He's in C1 RTA, and then he's in a G3 guild. He did tell me that he is a siege player, so seeing this record seems right. And maybe he is not a casual siege player. Maybe he is a full-on hard siege player. I am pretty sure he could do all the dungeons, so we're not going to look at those. Let's take a look right at his box and see why he's probably struggling in regular arena. So he has a lot out and he has a lot stored. And if we already see this right here, he has 6 Vigors. And all of these are actually built. Well, most of them at least. So I know a lot of actual siege players that use these units in offense have only one build and just switches off the runes, and I think that's what I will do, to be honest, because if you're in a G3 guild and if you're using all these Vigors for offense, I am pretty sure you want to be using the best rune sets for each of these offenses, rather than spreading all these runes out and then taking in some units that are less effective with the less efficient runes that they have. He has 3 Alicias, he has 5 Lulus. Yeah, you could definitely see that he's a siege player. A lot of these in the storage is currently 4 stars, but we do see some 5 stars. We see the Vanessa, we see Chiyu, we see Pungbek, we see an Artemel. Okay, so there's that one LD Nat 5 that we see. Not at 100 resistance though, so I don't know if the build overall is that great. Is that his only LD Nat 5? He has a lot of other Nat 5s down here that aren't built. Okay. And then if you look here, maybe he has something down here. Oh, I was wrong. Look at that. He has a Pontos. Lucky you. Very jealous. A little slow. It's on Swift, but only plus 178 and not on Violent. If this was a Violent 178, then that would have been like nice. But Swift, a little too slow in my opinion. Oh my god. He has a Hertier. He also has a Gurkha. Man. So this account is actually stacked. For RTA, he said that he doesn't have any reliable strippers, so he's having trouble there. But looking at this, he has the Molong, which is somewhat of a stripper, not reliable, but he still strips. He has the Praha, which is a pretty reliable stripper. The Juno, another pretty reliable stripper. This is not a reliable, this is a single target strip, but he's fully scaled up, and I know he's good in siege, so this could still also work. So no art masters though, so maybe that's why. Maybe he thinks he doesn't have a reliable stripper, but he has all the units to go for a second turn team, especially with this guy right here. So I don't know what's going on here and why this is not scaled up, but I think you could definitely improve in RTA. If anything, you do have the strippers. You do have 2 reliable strippers. Just bring out Juno and just bring out Molong, just bring out Praha, and then you have a lot of single target strips like the Shihao, the Diana, the Barbara. Knowing that he has a lot of units, now let's look at the runes, because that's what we're really looking forward to. So we're gonna look at Will, and he has a lot of reaps, and he told me I could use up to 30, but I don't think I'm gonna use any at all. I think although people say that it's okay, I think the notion is there where you're disappointed that you didn't get something new. Let's just leave it at that. If he really wants me to do it, he can ask me later. But for now, I'll leave it as is. And he does have 150, so I'm hoping that you'll get something good, okay? But anyway, speed-wise, Will Runes 23 is the fastest. Nothing crazy fast. This could be 25, right? This is an ancient legend, so it could become 25. But there's that. 25 on slot 3. I don't know why it's not being used, but okay. Very, very good. He has some very efficient runes there, but not crazy fast. Slot 4, 27, and then 20. Okay, kind of weird that's on the HP slot 4 for the Hertiet, but sure, Hertiet, so you could do what you want to do. 27, and then 23 again, not that crazy fast, and then 25. 2 25s at least. Overall, not crazy. Nothing that I didn't expect. Overall, it's not that high. The speed-wise is not that crazy. I do think they are pretty efficient, seeing how they're all grinded. But I do think if you want to improve, you could farm your will runes. And like I said, I kind of advise you to go second turn, so maybe getting better will runes is a plus. More efficient will runes, right? Because overall, speed-wise, it doesn't look crazy. Let's look at violent speed. 27, okay, that's a good one. And 23 goes down a little, but there's that one. 27, 25, 25, 24, and then 25, 24, 23, 26, 26, 22, finally a 25, 21. I think they're pretty much on par with the will runes, so nothing much to say here for now. Let's look at Swift. 26, 21, that is pretty weak. 24, oh, that's weak too. Slot 4, 27, okay, that's a little better. 26, not that bad. And finally 21, wow, this is a really weak slot. Overall, Swift runes are the weakest, and Violent and Will are pretty much on par. Let's look at everything. You do have a 28 on slot 1, a 25, very weak slot 3, a 29 on slot 4, that's good. It is spare rune too, so that's really, really good. 26, pretty slow there as well, and then finally a 26 as well. Speed-wise, not that crazy, right? Seeing how much mana you have, I was expecting something more, but it's just luck. It's understandable why you don't have like crazy fast runes. Just curious, let's look at HP and see if there's like crazy HP stats. 29 here, not that good. 26, 17, 22, 29. Yeah, nothing crazy, right? 31 for attack. Yeah, it looks pretty mediocre. Let's get violent. Oh, not HP plus, please. 80%. 32, okay. Again, nothing crazy. 29. Maybe you're just unlucky with your runes, because right now, okay, 37, that looks pretty good. That's a pretty efficient rune. Let's look at this one right here. 27 again. Oh, this one is not that bad. Finally, 39. Okay, that one I like. But overall, nothing crazy efficient. Okay, rune wise, I think it's lower than mine. It's lower than mine for sure, but he is a C2 account. You do have the rune quality to at least reach G1, especially seeing your box. Let me give you some recommendations for regular arena, because I saw this arena offense is not getting a lot of defense wins, and if you look at when you got your score, it was only 12% when you got your first C2, right? So seeing all of this, I think that this defense is not that good. But it's funny because this defense actually counters the second turn teams that I run, especially if you push back the Clara, you know, Bastet will still boost and Clara will still take a turn. It kind of semi counters it, but it doesn't mean that the second turn team can't come back, because this doesn't have a lot of damage. But yeah, I think I'll give it a change, especially seeing all your units, because there are some interesting ones that I could recommend. I see that you're not using the Pontos, so you could use Pontos as a lead. You could put this guy on double Nemesis Will and try to get 100 res. I actually met some Pontoses in G2, G3 where I failed on cleaving them. So because even if they go fast, Pontos puts up his holy ground, and I just use Tiana to, you know, clear everything up, and then I try to reset and kill. But the scary ones were actually the ones that go slower than my Tiana. So they're around like probably the plus 150, 140 range, but they're on pretty squishy well, they're on double Nemesis Will. So if you do a good amount of damage to them, they'll steal your turn. So at that point, your Tiana already moved. So they'll just steal your turn and put up Holy Ground, and then you're a sitting duck. So you could use a Pontos like that, and then put in like the Kinky. I don't know, if you want to use your LD5s, you could use the Hertiet. It's just like a tilting team, right? Overall tilting team. Just put the Hertiet, because he will get stacks due to the fact that you have Pontos. So you could put that too with the Artemil, right? With the HP lead, and go with like the Darien right here, right? This could be really annoying as well. There's no real heal, but there is a heal that's coming from the Artemil, but this could be annoying. This guy is on fast, tanky, violent set. Despair violent set for this guy, like Violent Destroy, Despair Destroy, something like that. 100 res again. Obviously, this guy's on a super tanky build, 100 res, and then Artemil is obviously just on, you know, Despair and 100 res. So this could work too, and I think it will do the job. But I will overall switch out your defense right now because it's just really bad. But this is a pretty stacked and premium defense. You could, if anything, you could switch this guy out for something else that you think will do better. Something, another water unit if you want. I mean, another light unit if you want, or something totally different like the Riley that you just saw. Because Riley will bring in extra sustain, attack buff, will, which will allow your team to do more damage and survive longer. That's my recommendation there. Let's look at your offense. So I believe I saw a Leo. Let me see if you're doing a second turn team. You are, but this is a very weird second turn team. Don't do teams like this. If anything, if you want to reach a higher goal, because I know you told me that you don't have very fast Swift sets. Yes, I saw it's not that fast, but it's not like super slow. It still has the speed. But if you want to go slow, obviously you'll go something like this. Where are you? You have a Galleon, right? I mean, I know you have a Galleon. Yeah, you have a Galleon, something like this, and then finally an AoE damage dealer. And when I say AoE damage dealer, I know I saw the Pung Beck. Is there anything out here that could do AoE damage? Like, these could work too, just go full on damage, but if you go slow, his skill 2 is not going to do much, so he's not really a good candidate. Zeros could work, right? Zeros could work. And also, nothing out here other than that. Yep, nothing here other than that. Anything from the new. Oh, there you go, Poseidon. Poseidon will work as well. Lucky you. I want a Poseidon. And finally, there's more, right? You know what's funny? If you put Bale on high enough crit, Bale could work too. Bale does so much damage, but I don't know if you have 5 stacks at that point. Maybe not. So maybe it won't work that way. Sorry, take that back. He has Pung. Yeah, you have Pung Beck. Pung Beck would work because Pung Beck does AoE damage. He hits pretty damn hard. But those are the few that I would do. I would go for a second turn team, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to handle any like fast team that you see with the Smash Clara, Smash Triton, because most of them aren't on Will, and trust me, they're really not. So that's my recommendation. I would make a second turn team that's quick, because right now I think your second turn team is too slow. Like maybe this team is good, but are your Lucians fast enough for 1 boost? Yeah, I don't think so. They're pretty slow for 1 boost. Maybe they are, seeing how slow the Bastet is, but just eyeing it seems like it's not fast enough. But I'm not exactly sure. And also they're not on 100 crit rate, so I don't think this will do that well. So that's another point that I want to put out. Yeah, but most of these offenses that you're using are slow. That's the problem. I think only this one is fast. But other than that, everything is slow. So I will make a second turn team because you do want a quicker one than the other ones that you have right now. For RTA, you say you don't have a clear stripper, but I think the Praha Juno will do the strip. Same with this one. Like having these 3 are pretty much strips. You have a Chiyu, but it doesn't really fit the team if you're going second turn. So I would mostly pick out 2 of these 3 if they have will or double will, and at least 1 for sure, right? Molon could be a good pick there. And if anything, you could also go second turn by going with the Artemil. I know he is easily countered with the Kaki and Kinky out there, but He's a good last pick, and Pontos is a good second turn unit still with will immunity. If they don't bring in any strips, a good last pick. I don't think you should pick any of these that are going fast, right? I don't think you should be picking out like Chandra. First of all, is not good. I wouldn't pick that. I would leave the Barbara because you could still go a Violent Barbara. I won't take out that. This one you need something to go with this guy, and Nyx is probably the best idea if you ever get him. But right now you don't have that. I'll pick out the Sarion. Fire Monkey is good, so you could use that. Fire Monkey is a good unit. I won't use Chiru. Yeah, Triple Revenge Verd. Bring out a Lulu. Bring out a Vigor. Like, I don't know which ones are fully scaled up, so I'm not gonna take out which one, but those are the units that you need for a second turn team. Oh, you do have one now here, so I guess we don't have to take this one out. Yeah, I think those are the one. Like Rika, I think Hertia is also a very good RTA unit for a second turn team. So I would change your box something like this. And if anything, I'll take out this guy because I don't know what team he really fits in. Maybe like a full-on tanky team with Artemil Gurkha could be fun, kinky, and then put in the Riley there. If they don't have a lot of damage, this team will just wreck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I think if you're gonna pick out the Hertia, you want the Riley plus another sustain type of unit, such as the Vigor or the Lulu, or this. Oh, Cha-Cha actually is a damage dealer, so not that, but something like that. And if they don't have a lot of damage, then there's no way they could beat you. But that is my recommendation. Your win rate is 53%, so I guess your team is somewhat working because 53% is still over 50, meaning that you could climb. But I think you have more options out there, and man, you're stacking some World Arena points. But that was it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything else that you guys want to give advice to Black Republic, then please put a comment below. Tell him what he can do. But overall, I do think that this account could reach G1. I think he does have G1 quality runes for Arena. And overall, I think he needs to update his Arena defense and Arena offense. And I think everybody could agree that his Arena offense was just too slow other than that Lucian team. But that was it, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.